Venezuela is kind of a treasure trove of interesting banknotes. I have two series represented here. I've made a lot of Venezuela banknote videos, and they're all different. Lots and lots and lots of banknotes. And, you know, they're really pretty, and to their credit, they keep trying. And, you know, that's the human spirit at work, I suppose. So, right here we have two examples of the late 1990s, and then I have three examples of the early 2000s. So we're going to take a look at these. This one is in really great shape, which tells me that, but it's circulated, well, they're all circulated, but the ones that are in really, really, really great shape are probably the lower denominations that aren't used too much, right? That kind of makes sense. Right here you have, of course, Simon Bolivar. How could you not know that guy? And he's adorned in what appears to be purple and red. And you have the crest over there. That's probably a security feature. It's probably a security feature. You got a metal strip running through it, and you got Simon over here again in the watermark. It's a gorgeous little banknote. I'm glad I was able to get it. On the back, you have what appears to be I'm not really sure. I see some soldiers. I see a group of people hanging out. I can't tell if they're hugging or fighting. I can't tell. I'm not really sure. But as well as I know the internet, I know there's somebody out there that will tell me. And I do appreciate you guys for bestowing your wisdom upon me so readily. I'm going to go to the next one of this series. This is, let me see if I can read that, Antonio Jose de Sucre. And he's a important South American figure. In fact, Sucre is what the Ecuadorian currency used to be before they moved to the American dollar. So there's that. This one is, of course, same general theme. Of course, it's the same series. So this one is green, kind of color-coded, so you can tell the two apart. You have the crest over there, but it's kind of a different crest than the one that's up there. So I noticed that. If there's anybody, excuse me, on the interwebs that can tell me why the crests are different, I would love to know that. But I digress. He's probably in the watermark as well, although I doubt you can see it. Yes, he is. He's looking very stately, by the way, with this uniform on. Kind of wish it wasn't as circulated as it is, because then we can see the colors pop a little bit better, but it is what it is. I got what I got. You know how it is. On the back, there's another old-timey scene. Looks like early 1800 kind of dress there. They're all gallivanting around in horses. Probably after a victory, I'd imagine, because, nobody puts remembrances of their defeat on banknotes, so it's probably a victory celebration for a Venezuelan cavalry, I'd imagine. Kind of a nice-looking little banknote. Bring that aside for a moment. You have 20,000, a 10,000, and a 5,000 Bolivares. Let's see if I can read this guy's name. Does he have a name nearby? Oh, there it is. Oh, man. Let me turn this thing over so I can read his name. Francisco de Miranda. Okay. So here's Francisco, looking quite serious, looking quite dapper. He's got like the slightly shaved look, which is totally the rage nowadays. Of course, this is kind of a color-coded in blue. I really like it when they do that. It's easy to tell them apart. And this is I guess I want to say moderately circulated. The higher denomination is a little more circulated, and then the highest denomination is the most circulated. So it was probably used more because it actually has better value. Usually how that goes. If you get a stack of banknotes from somewhere, you'll find that pretty usually. The lowest denominations are worth probably a penny or two at that, so nobody ever uses it. The higher ones, tend to get a little bit more use. So, it'll probably be harder to find a uncirculated 20,000 than it would be to find an uncirculated 5,000. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. On the back, you have a dam and some electrical wires. So I imagine it's probably a hydroelectric dam, if I had to guess. Showing a little bit of infrastructure on the back, which is awesome. I do apologize, by the way, for the lawnmower. I'm not going to complain about the guy mowing his lawn, because he's kind of a bum and he doesn't get out there that much. So him mowing his lawn is actually a victory. So keep that in mind if you can hear a lawnmower in the back. This is Antonio Jose Di Sucre. Oh, okay, that's Sucre again. That's this guy we just saw. And you got here kind of a weight measure thing, which usually kind of stands for justice symbol. You get the weight at either side, that kind of thing. It's a very elegant looking note for some reason. Maybe it's the color scheme? I don't know. It's the same series, but this one just seems more elegant to me for some reason. Probably the color scheme. On the back you have infrastructure. Okay, that's not what this building is. Oh, it says what it is right there. Tribunal Supremo. Okay, that's the Justice Building in Venezuela is what that is. Which kind of makes sense because you got the symbol of justice on the front. Okay, so we have a theme. That's awesome. This feller, let me see if I can read his name. Simon Rodriguez. Very, very important feller in South America. This is a mostly yellow, I want to say almost gold. It's got more security features on it. Of course, it's got a higher denomination, so it's worth more. It's also more heavily circulated, and all of those things make sense, of course. A security feature going there. He's got like his little spectacles on top of his forehead, so he can just kind of drop them down into beast mode when he wants to read something, which I can totally dig. On the back, I think I see mountains, but I'm not sure because this is kind of circulated, so it could be. And on the back, you have mountains. You have a birdie wordy and some flowers, which is probably the national bird, I would imagine, and the national flower, which makes the most sense. And these are they're very ornate and very pretty banknotes, and I've enjoyed being able to share them with you fellers today. And if you have, as always, wisdom or insight on banknotes from Venezuela, please let me know in the comment section below. I like it when you guys tell me stuff. I even like it when you guys totally debunk me, because then I learn something. So have at it, and I appreciate it, and have a wonderful day. I'm out.
It would appear you have reached the end of this video. Well, I want to thank you fellers for watching. Things that way. And if you could go ahead and, share and like and subscribe and all that YouTuber nonsense that they say on the interwebs, what they do there. That'd be nice. Y'all have a nice day.